Okay, we finally have a game. Vedant Daga. Okay, my opponent's bullet rating is 1800. Okay. We're gonna play the Semi-Slav. This is game 20. The last two games have been a win and a draw. I'm gonna play the anti-Moscow and go for something crazy. I want to win my game. Currently I'm up 37 points. Okay, this isn't a good move. This is just a waste of tempo. Now I can take on c4, and on e4 I can play bishop b5, because on e5 my knight isn't hanging. This is a free pawn. So takes. Wait a minute. Takes e4, bishop b4. Sorry, takes e4, b5. Takes e4, b5. Also bishop b4 works. Yeah, I'm just taking. I don't think I've ever faced bishop f4 before. This doesn't seem like a good move. Because am I not just a pawn up? I don't even have to play b5 on e4. I can just play bishop b4 and I'm threatening to win the e4 pawn. And play knight d5 if the pawn moves away. Yeah, this doesn't seem good. Unless there's knight e5, bishop e2, bishop f3 very quickly. But I doubt it. I think I'm just up a pawn. We will see. I mean, I have prepared the anti-Moscow Semi-Slav extensively, and I don't think I've ever run into this move. I've run into bishop f4 before bishop g5, and that's a known pawn sacrifice that can be scary for black if misplayed, but it really isn't scary. So the anti-Moscow is the most, well, probably the most aggressive way to play the Semi-Slav, or the second most aggressive if you prefer the Botvinnik variation. Okay, so b5 or bishop b4? I like bishop b4. I think that forces queen c2. Bishop b4, queen c2, b5. Bishop b4, bishop c4, knight e4. Yeah, I'm playing bishop b4. I don't see why not. I think queen c2 is forced. Wow. What? Am I not just great right now? Knight e4? Knight e4, queen a4, bishop c, bishop... Well, on queen a4 I have queen a5. Yeah, I'm just taking that. I don't see why I wouldn't. I don't know what's going on. So bishop c3, bc3, knight c3, queen somewhere, knight d5. Or I don't give away my dark squared bishop, I just retreat my knight. This is very strange. I mean, I can win another pawn. What the hell is going on? Why is my opponent giving away pawns like that? Bishop c3, bc3, knight c3, queen somewhere, knight d5. Let's say queen b3, knight d5. Rook e1 threatening bishop d5. Is that scary? I honestly don't think so. I mean, there is bishop d6 in some lines, so maybe I shouldn't give away my bishop. If I play knight c3, bc3, bishop c3, I'm expecting rook b1. And then bishop a5 followed by bishop c7. That's also an option. I mean, I don't even have to give away my bishop. And I'm also controlling e1. Okay, I'm taking with the knight. I want to keep my bishop. I want to put it on c7 to control e5, and I'm still controlling e1 this way. Okay, he didn't play bishop rook b1, so maybe I can even go bishop b4. Bishop b4 or bishop a5? I'm gonna go bishop a5, that seems safer. I think I'm just up 2 pawns. I may still lose, you know me, but when I put my knight on f6, so I want to go knight d7, knight f6, that seems like a pretty safe advantage. Also, there's no rook e1, so my coffee is getting cold. I didn't want to take with the knight because then his bishop is unopposed and I've given up the bishop pair. But now after bishop c7, bishop c7, knight e5, knight d7. Is there knight f7? Maybe. I mean, people who play bishop g5 with white usually play for tricks. So I'm gonna have to watch out for my f7 pawn. Okay, there could be knight f7 immediately. Knight f7, king f7, queen h5, g6. No, I don't think that works. So I can also castle, and on queen g4 I can play queen f6. Castle seems like a more prudent move. I don't want to allow any tricks with knight f7. Am I hanging anything? Castles, bishop h6, gh6, queen g4 check, king h8, castles, bishop h6, gh6, queen g4 check, king h8. I don't want to go knight d7 because then I may be allowing knight f6 and knight f7. So how about queen f6? Queen f6, the bishop will have to move because on d5 I can take on f4. On queen f3, that's okay. That seems okay. I like queen f6. I think this is a good prophylactic move. Unless there's knight f3, bishop e5, but I'm pretty sure I have knight d7. Is there knight g4? No, I take. Knight f3, I take. I just don't want any tricks. I want a clean game. And after queen f6, knight f7 never works. Because I take with the queen. And my e-pawn is defended twice. And there's still no rook e1. On queen a4 I can take on f4. I don't know why my opponent played the opening in such a weird way. On h6 you either take on f6 or you play bishop h5, putting your bishop on a way more active square where it cannot be harassed, and also preventing my knight from moving. That's the main thing. I'm basically forced to play g5, getting a weaker structure. I think the bishop must be defended. I mean, I don't see a good alternative. Sorry, the guy is going to the field again. If you can hear his little... I don't even know what that is, a little tractor. I wish you could see the guy. He's going to his field every morning, almost at the exact time. And I'm sorry, the noise is gonna be over in about 30-40 seconds. I may have to find a way to suppress the noise in editing. I'll try to do that for this video. So if you don't hear this, that means I'm successful, but I doubt that. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this position. It seems that I'm 2 pawns up and that I'm about to castle. Knight f7 doesn't work, bishop h6 doesn't work. I think queen f6 is a good prophylactic move, just preventing any tricks. Also, the d-pawn is weak, so that's another upside. The downside, my bishop's bad, I'm down in development, my opponent has tremendous activity. 2 pawns down, but 2 very good bishops. A great knight on e5, and if I manage to develop and consolidate, I should nullify that imbalance and just be 2 pawns up. I don't see a way for my opponent to compensate for the 2 pawns if, let's say, I have a knight on d5, a bishop on a6 or on b7. Why is my opponent taking so long now? Okay. So if I castle now, what can my opponent do? Castles, are there any tricks? I doubt it. Knight d7, knight d7, bishop d7, bishop e5, queen g6, I don't like that. Maybe my opponent plays bishop d3 now. But then still, how do they make progress? If knight f3, threatening bishop e5, I do have queen g5 if I've castled. What if I just go h5? What if I don't castle? h5, the queen has to keep defending the bishop, so the only 2 squares I see are g5 and g3. So h5, queen g5 I can take. h5, queen g3, I can play g5, and then the bishop has to move away. So it's not coming to e5 anymore. And then I can play bishop c7. So h5, queen g3, g5. Oh, there may be knight g4. h5, queen g3, g5. Knight g4. No, there's queen f4. Yeah, I'm playing h5. I like this. Okay, what was I thinking? g5. What g5? There's no g5. My opponent has bishop takes g5 or queen takes g5. What's wrong with me? My god. Why would I do this? This is just brutal. Wow. Okay. This is a complete blind spot on my part. But I'm guessing I can force the queen trade. However, there is knight takes f7 in the end. So h4, queen g4. If queen f5, then queen f5, ef5, knight f7, or bishop f7. Otherwise, bishop g5 traps my queen. My god. Why did I do this? This is insane. Why did I play h5? What's wrong with me? Okay, I'm playing h4. I mean, I've committed now. You know what? Maybe on knight d7. On knight d7, bishop g5, I have knight takes e5. So, knight d7, preventing knight f7 after queen f5. And if the trade is declined, then I do have queen f5. So knight d7. Why did I play h5? I'm so angry. Knight d7. If bishop g5, then knight takes e5. And if bishop f6, then knight g4 is great. And if d5, then queen f5. Okay, that seems good. Or queen g6. That also works. So knight d7, if bishop g5, knight e5. Does that work? That should work. If knight d7, bishop d7, bishop g5, I have queen f5. So that also seems to work. Why did I think I could play g5 after h5? I made this position too complicated, unnecessarily complicated. And I'm down to 6 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my g-pawn. My opponent can take on e5 with the bishop, if they don't do anything now. But I don't have to take the knight. Okay. Preventing queen f5. And threatening to trap my queen. So what about bishop d8? Bishop d8 preventing bishop g5. How does that look? And threatening g5. Bishop d8, I like that. I'm gonna play it immediately. Oh, but there may be knight d7, bishop d7, bishop e5. Oh yeah, there's that. Bishop d8, knight d7, bishop d7, bishop e5, queen g5, queen g5, bishop g5. No, I'm attacking the rook on c1. So if the rook moves, I castle, and if the rook doesn't move, if bishop g7, then I can play rook g8 attacking the bishop. So bishop d8, knight d7, bishop d7, bishop e5, queen g5, queen g5, bishop g5, bishop g7, rook g8. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna play that. Now I'm threatening to go g5. But on g5 there may be knight d7, bishop d7, bishop e5 because my rook is hanging. Oh my god, no, I don't have g5. I don't have g5. But I do have knight e5 now. Yeah, this is way too complicated. I should have made it simpler. h5 is an idiotic blunder. Come on, come on, come on. I have a win and a draw in the last two games. I want to keep going. No mistakes. Concentrate. You're 3 minutes down, but it doesn't matter. Come on. 3 minutes down and 2 pawns up. Okay, so I don't have g5. I don't have knight e5. Wait, g5? Knight d7? Can I play queen takes f4? That's an ugly pawn structure. Castles. Queen h5. I don't like that. Knight f8. Followed by g5. I like that. g5, knight d7. Queen f4. Queen f4. Gf4. My opponent has to save the knight, so knight e5. I could go h3 or f3. g5. No, I don't want to play g5. I hate g5. Maybe I play knight b6, knight d5. I don't like anything. G5, knight d7, queen f4. That's the only thing I like so far. But I don't really like it. Okay, I'm playing g5. I'm gonna run out of time. If knight d7, I have to take on f4. Otherwise, I lose my rook. Knight d7, queen f4. Queen f4, gf4, knight e5, h3. I think that's acceptable. Why am I playing like crazy? I could have had a calm position. If knight f7, I think I have gf4. I was looking at that, but I think gf4 is good. This is too complicated. And if the bishop just retreats, then I'm happy. Of course. So I think knight d7 or knight f7 are necessary. On knight g6, I think I have rook g8. Because I don't want to play fg6 and bishop g6. No, sorry, fg6 and rook e6. That cannot be allowed. So if knight g6, I play rook g8. And I think two pieces are hanging. If then bishop e5, I can take and then take on g6. Or no, I cannot take on g6 because of d5. I have to play queen d4? We will see if it happens. This is too much. Knight g6 is very interesting. Knight g6, rook g8, bishop e5, knight e5, rook e5. Well, I can play rook g6, I think. Okay. No, don't calculate until it happens. Oh no, knight g6 I can take on f4, and if knight h8, then queen h8, but maybe there's rook e6, check, f e6, queen e6, check, bishop e7, queen g6, check, king d8. Ah, I'm not good enough for this. This may be the most complicated position 2 pawns up that I've ever had. Get your bishop out of here, man. Knight g6 is the only interesting thing I see. I'm up on the clock. Come on. Knight c4 doesn't work, I can just take on f4. Okay, this I haven't expected. What the hell is this? Oh, knight g6 is mate. Nice, I cannot take the bishop. But if I just castle? Okay, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna castle. I don't see a big deal with castling. I don't see what could possibly go wrong here. If queen h5, I can take the bishop. If knight f7, I can take the bishop. I think there are two pieces hanging. Okay. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, okay, I think I'm winning here. I don't know, but Jesus. Okay, yes. Okay, let's look at... So here you either take and play e3 or something else, or you play bishop h5. Let me just get rid of the arrows. So bishop h4. So this is the Moscow or the anti-Moscow. There are two main moves here. And here you can see bishop f4. That's... I don't know bishop f4. So let's see. In 3 games so far, black has taken... a4 is better. Okay, I should have played b5. Bishop b4 is a mistake? Why? Let's see. Castles. Knight c3, correct. Wait, I'm 2 pawns up and it's almost equal? Okay, queen f6. Wait, let's just see if I lose on castles. I was afraid of this. Okay, yeah, it's not clear at all. It's not clear at all. Queen f6. h5 is okay? Okay, okay. h5 is just an inaccuracy. I was expecting it to be a blunder. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. Let me just change this a bit. No. Okay, you should be able to see it now. Yeah, so okay, a bit more. Sorry about this, I just have to adjust this. Okay. No, a bit more. Okay. So I had 80% accuracy and my opponent had 75. Okay, this was just a bad game. Let's see. So queen g4, yeah, h5 is not good. What should I have done? I should have developed. Yeah, for some reason I thought I could play g5 here. Okay, so h4 I had to bail. Knight d7 is good now. Bishop d3 is great. h3, I played bishop d8, which isn't good. g5 now is good. Okay. Yeah, bishop f5 is strange. I was afraid of knight g6. And if I take that knight, then I think I lose. Yeah. And if I take here... Wait, this is good? I was afraid of rook e6 here. Okay, but obviously there's nothing. My opponent played bishop f5. I castled blunder? No, castles is a blunder. gf4 was best. Wait a minute. How is gf4 good? I'm surviving this? Okay. Why is castles a blunder? Bishop c2, why couldn't I just take? What am I missing? Is there queen h5 or on queen f4? My god, there's queen h5 on queen f4. No f5? No f5. There's mate with knight and queen. Okay, I didn't see this. This was only 20 moves. This was 20 moves. It felt like 100 moves. Okay, I won. My rating is 22.95. Good. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.